What's up, world? This Coach Ken, the Master Barber. So what we got going on today is um this is October 13th, 2022. Yeah, I think that's what it is today. Um, I took off the day from the barbershop today, man. Work on my car, man. About a week ago. Well, let me rewind. I'll say about 3 months ago, 4 months ago, my my car started leaking antifreeze from the radiator side, and it was warm. It was like March, April, May, probably like June, July, something like that. In October now, so I've been putting water in it, antifreeze in it. You know what I'm saying? I started putting antifreeze in it at the beginning because we were traveling, doing stuff like that, and it was costing me a little money. So I said, you know what? I talked to my dad about it, whatever. He was telling me, man, just put water in it until you get it fixed. Cause it's the hot, it's the we're in the summer, so really don't need antifreeze. Like, you need antifreeze, but when stuff like this go on, water do you well until you get it fixed, whatever, right? So that was going on. So one day, picking my kids up from school, son basketball practice, rush home, rush to my little girl's school to go pick her up, and I was running, and I didn't really check the radiator or the overflow tank. I did before I left for that day. Before I left from the barbershop that day, I checked it, but then I was running from this side of town to that side of town, and just didn't realize what was going on. So by the time I got back home, I went to go get something to eat for the family, came back home again, and when I parked, man, I heard like the water was bubbling in my overflow tank. So I opened up my hood, and it was just spitting out. So, not from nowhere, but just from the overflow tank. So I said, man, I know that sound before, man. Like, they don't sound right, because they ain't never happened. So, all right now. So then from that point on, I said, man, let me go on. So I let that cool on down, whatnot. Next day I came out and I checked it. The overflow tank was empty. So I opened up the radiator cap, and I started seeing like radiator fluid and like orange, like some like muddy type stuff, right? So I had a Grand Prix years ago that kind of had a blown head gasket, and like it was oil coming through the radiator tank and the overflow tank. So I went direct into that mode again, like, damn, here we go again. So I set the car down, because it wasn't a lot, but you could see that it was going on in there. So, did my little research about everything, and was hearing about this sealant stuff and all that. So, but I had a plan though. So my plan was to, since now that I got to this bad of a situation, I was gonna change my radiator, change the thermostat, and change my oil to make sure there wasn't no radiator fluid in my oil, and then once I refill my oil tank, refill the oil, and then refill I'm gonna run water through the radiator, kind of like clear it out, whatever, get some of that oil out, whatnot, and I'm gonna put the sealant in it to seal up the head gasket. Now, I'm hoping that when I seal up this gas, when I put the sealant in there, that it does do what it do, because I did not take I did not take the head gasket apart. I didn't even go in the head gasket area. All I did was change the thermostat, the radiator, and now I'm finna just refill everything up. So I'm gonna let y'all know how it go. You know what I'm saying? So look for part 2. I'm gonna show y'all what I did before I get to the sealing part. So I'm gonna let y'all know what I'm doing. I bet.